So in this video, we'll see what instance of is in Java. Please do not forget to subscribe to this channel and click on the bell icon to receive all the latest updates. So instance of is used as an operator in Java for type comparisons to check if a variable is of particular type or not. Now instance of is also a keyword because it is reserved by Java to be used as an operator. And if you go to this official list of keywords from Java's documentation by Oracle, you see instance of listed as a keyword as well. So when we are defining tokens in Java, a token can be either an operator or a keyword. But in this case, we'll say instance of is a keyword as well, but we use it as an operator for type comparisons. And since it is an operator, it works with operands and returns a value. An instance of returns a value of type boolean, true or false. So if the comparison of the types is true, it returns true, otherwise it returns false. So these are the three key points about instance of that you must remember. Now let's see how we use this. Suppose I have a class vehicle, right? It has a name and it has a color. Okay. I have another class car which extends vehicle. So it is to say the car is a subclass of vehicle or a car is a type of vehicle as well. So it has another variable is automatic. Okay. Now in our main, we'll create an object and see how the instance of operator is used. So I create an object C1 of type car. Alright. So since instance of returns a boolean value, I can use it in an if condition. So I'll say if C1 instance of car. So this is how you use instance of. The variable name is on the left and the type that you want to compare it with, which is basically a class name, is on the right hand side. So if this left hand side variable is a type of this right hand side class, this condition is going to be true, right? So in that case, I'm going to print C1 is an instance of car, or you can say it's an object of car. Okay. Else I'll say C1 is not an object of car. And we know this is going to be true because in this line 31, C1 is a type of car. Okay. So let's just run this. So we see C1 is an object of car because this condition is true because of line 31 where C1 is a type of car, right? Now let's go into a little more detail, right? So car is a type of vehicle and C1 is a type of car object. So if I want to compare C1 as a type of vehicle, I should get true because car is extending the vehicle class. So I will try and check if C1 is an instance of vehicle, right? So I'll say C1 is an object of vehicle, otherwise it is not, right? Let's see what we get an output for this. So you see C1 is an object of vehicle because car is a type of vehicle and C1 we are creating as a type of car. So C1 is a type of vehicle. That is to say C1 will be a type of all the classes which are super classes of this class car. And in Java we know all the classes are extended out of object class. That is, object is the root of all the class hierarchy. So if I say if C1 is an instance of object, okay, I should get true because vehicle extends object and then car extends vehicle. So object is also a superclass of car. So this should be true as well. So C1 is an object of object, and if I take my pointer here, class object is the root of the class hierarchy. Every class has object as a superclass. All right. So any class object will always be an instance of object. Now let's create a vehicle. I'll say vehicle v is equals to new vehicle, right? And since we are creating this variable v out of the type vehicle, it will obviously be a type of vehicle. So if I say v is an instance of vehicle, this is going to be true. Okay. So v is an object of the vehicle which we get because this part is true and this statement is printed. Now vehicle is not a type of a car. A car extends vehicle, so a car is a type of vehicle. So if I say if v is an instance of car, I'll get false because v is not an instance of car. So let me run this. So we say v is not an object of the car and we get this because this is printed because this part is false, because car extends vehicle but vehicle does not extend car, or vehicle is not a type of car. So now we know that C1 is an instance of vehicle, that is C1 is a type of vehicle, and V is defined as a vehicle here, so I can safely say V is equals to C1 and I don't get any errors. Now if I say V is an instance of car, I'll get true because V now points to C1, which is basically a type of a car, so V is an object of car now. So we see last statement is V is an object of car, which we get from here. Alright. So just to emphasize on my point that all classes are subclasses of class object in Java, I'll take an object of class string and I'll set it to this value code with BK. So S is a variable of type string which is a class. Okay, so S is also an instance of object. So in order to check this, I'll say if S is an instance of object, this will be printed, otherwise this will be printed. Let's see. So you see S is an object of object. Alright, because all classes derive out of the object class. So this is basically the instance of operator in Java. So this is used when you want to check if a variable is of a particular type or not. And we have taken classes on right hand side. You can have interfaces here as well because they also define a type in Java. For example, the string class implements the comparable interface. That is to say, you can call the function compare to with strings, right? So I'll check if S is an instance of comparable, okay, and of type or just comparable, okay. So I'll say, okay, let's see what we get. So S is an object of comparable because S is a type of string, and string class in Java by default implements the comparable interface. So if you want to use the comparable interface here, you can say implements comparable with type vehicle, okay, and you have to add one compare to method. Okay, I'm not going to add anything here, I'm just going to keep it to return 0. Alright, but this class definitely implements this comparable. So now we can also check. So if V is an instance of comparable, okay, so V is an instance of comparable, print this. Okay, so this is going to be true because vehicle implements comparable. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so V is an object of comparable. So you can use instance of to check if a variable is of a type class or an interface as well. So I hope this video was helpful. So please do like this video and subscribe to my channel for more such videos, and thank you for watching.